Hi, welcome to Pearl City Ross's. You know, I went to the Pearlridge one. Unfortunately, it was really packed, but they had some pretty good stuff. Hi. So I wanted to see what Pearl City had. When I stopped by Pearlridge, they had Limona, Brooklyn, and Hudson from Gargoyles, the necklace. Some pretty great looking Funkos. From the video games. Everything really good. Elf. Some Star Wars. So kind of wanted to see what Pro City had. They had aisles and aisles of more toys. Definitely way more toys than Pearlridge had. However, it wasn't what I was looking for. They did have some good toys though, at some pretty good, decent prices. So if you're still looking for some stuff, it was busy, but it wasn't as busy as the Pearlridge. I guess because the Pearlridge one was in a mall. Unfortunately, society and people suck.
Definitely a mess.
So they literally destroyed the stores. Things were on the floor, scattered everywhere. As you can see, looking at some Jokers. I'm looking for a good Joker figure for my villain set.
I figured people would be going through this.
Unfortunately, ooh,
That's nice. 15 bucks. That's not too bad.
All three. If it was the Charmander, Lizard, Charizard,
Pokeball.
I might.
Girl section.
It really would be hard to say no to that. As you can see, like I said, it was a huge mess.
You know what you had in there? Yeah, it was just like shoes, and my mom got like two like pants in there.
Oh, maybe she has it.
No, I asked her.
Weather's not great. Evil Uno.
Oh my god.
I was gonna buy what was in there.
Like
Turtles.
I said, a lot of
Elf.
good stuff, just not anything I'm looking for. definitely should check them out. Welcome to Bestbuy in Aiea.
Definitely not what you expect.
So
from
Best Buy has changed it a lot.
Pretty damn cool.
It seems like even the video game section has gotten smaller, pushing the idea of digital instead of physical. Their collector section is more Legos now than anything else. Hey, hey! The normal over out Masterverse collection, or not Masterverse, the multiverse. X-Men School. Some turtles. Some wrestlers. NECA horror. I'm not a huge fan of the NECA horror things. I would love to get a couple Predators.
Strange. Best Buy getting into cards.
But I don't know which ones to get. They had a bunch of cards, which was great. They seem to be headed more
Barbie
into
stuff.
the card selling than collectibles. I don't know.
Alright, so welcome to Book Off Pearlridge. Got a couple Titanuses, which is pretty awesome. G.I. Joe Classifieds Trouble Bubble, some statues, a Zoid, some pretty good stuff. Some new Funkos in the window. Prices have been going up and down. This, why buying for money isn't really a great thing. So, some Power Ranger stuff, some Kamen Rider stuff, Street Fighter, Tekken, AEW and WWE stuff, Power Rangers, some great statues. I think that's the greatest thing about going to Book Off or pretty much any stores that sell old toys is you never know what you're gonna find. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer figures. The only bad time is that, or the only bad thing is that it's a bad timing. It's Christmas. So no matter when you decide to go, it's packed. A NECA Turtles Krang. Torch. That's pretty cool, Roy Folker, but a bit on the expensive side. Checking out the classifieds. I'm pretty caught up in the Masterverse figures. Somewhat caught up in the classified figures. But like I said, you never know what you'll find. Don't really know what you're looking for as well. There will always be something to surprise you. Especially when it comes to Japanese games.
Like figures over here, and are you looking for like a game as well? Yeah, so whatever it is over here. To be well, honest, they kept writing their names on it, but they would get like, knocked over, thrown out, or something. And
There are a bunch of Japanese games I'm looking for, both Super Famicom, Mega Drive, PS2. Probably a few Sega Saturn and Dreamcast Japanese imported games. Statues, figures. Surprised to still have these. Like I said, I'm always looking for things that I really didn't know I was looking for until I see them. There are things I forget that really existed. I mean, if you've seen the last video of the retro mailboxes, everything is slowly coming together. Then again, I'm always finding new stuff. And of course, I'm running out of space for all of this new stuff. I hope you guys are seeing some good stuff.
They like Guardians of the Galaxy, no? And then like Black Panther. Black Panther and
I mean, I did pick up a lot of good stuff, but it's difficult finding stuff.
you literally walking.
Alright guys, so it's a little bit early. Hope you enjoyed coming along on the toy hunt. Fortunately, it wasn't the toy hunt I wanted to go on. But we still had a lot of fun. Hopefully we should be going on another toy hunt very soon. Like I said, it wasn't the toy hunt I was expecting, but surprisingly, it's the toy hunt that kind of paid off in more ways than one. It was actually a pretty good toy hunt. I say that because Sailor Moon, the Super Famicom game, the original beat 'em up. There is an R version, there is an S version that comes along later on. Those are all the same, continuing the beat up. There is a fighting game, which I kind of want all of them. So this is the second Sailor Moon game I have for the Super Famicom. The original that we picked up was the puzzle game. So if you see what I'm trying to pick up from Japan, it's the games that are mostly not able to be picked up here. At least for the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. There's still a lot of games I want to pick up for both systems. I would love to get the Fire Emblem games. I would love to get the Breath of Fire games. We do have Breath of Fire 2, so I'm pretty thankful for that. there is a lot of games out there that definitely need to be picked up to complete my video game collection. I'm pretty thankful that Xbox and PlayStation are bringing a lot of the older games back to the consoles, which is insane. However, there's not that much Super Nintendo and Genesis games coming to current consoles. Truthfully, there's not a lot of Japanese games coming to American consoles. Sega Saturn, Dreamcast. You know, I think it's been way too long. Konami needs to do another Bloody Roar game. Sega needs to do another Night Trap game. Looking at the current consoles and the ability to do actual movie type of games, a Night Trap game, a reboot, or Night Trap 2 would be insane. I mean, imagine all the IPs that could be done in that style of games. So besides that, of course, we picked that up at Book Off on sale. Only reason I picked it up. So we did end up picking up a couple more Star Wars Black Series figures. Trying to get closer to get what I want done. Which now I know is going to be a little bit harder than I thought it was. But we did pick up the old General Lando Calrissian from Return of the Jedi. $2. I wanted Billy D. Williams to go with Carl Weathers as their prospective leaders of the planet that Boba Fett can trade with. And I couldn't say no to the $2. Besides him, Star Wars Shadows of the Empires, Dash Rendar. Of course, always the bios on the back, beautiful artwork. I think he makes up great for Han Solo without picking up Han Solo or Chewie. Fits in nice with the pirates, the scoundrels. pretty nice fit. Plus, I love the game, Shadows of the Empire. So I definitely needed him. One character I did not expect to pick up was the Stranger from the Acolyte series. So I'll say it, I haven't watched the Acolyte yet, but I wasn't a fan of the character itself. I was more a fan of the other assassins, or the other assassin, the one with the knives, but she won't fit my Sith shelf. He will. So, picked him up to try and further complete my Sith shelf. I don't know how that's going to go until I open up the Siths. Hopefully it's nothing like my other Star Wars shelf, where I need to add on characters that I don't know who to put in. I do need to add more characters to the Sith, but there is a lot of Sith I really don't like. I'm waiting for Star Wars or Hasbro to make like Dark Talon, Dark Bane, all the other Sith Lords that are in the books and not in the TV series or the movies. I do like that they expanded to the games. And I do like a lot of the Sith Lords in the games. So time will tell. Especially with what they make. Like I said, I do have a lot of things coming in. This week was a toy hunt. Next week, we gotta do the Super 7. I do think this coming week, we're going to start with the Super 7 Power Rangers unboxing. I need more Super 7 Turtles. But we need to wait. Like I said, it's a pretty good haul. But I did find one more surprise that I forgot existed. Thank you, Bookoff. Made me spend some money. But picked up something. Like I said, I forgot that they made. Which is honestly a lot of things. Especially when it comes to TV shows and movies. I mean, I forgot that they made heroes, characters, action figures. I forgot that they made Dark Angel action figures. I forgot that they made Charmed action figures. Forgot Disney made Barbies of a lot of their actresses. I'm still kind of thinking of picking up a few. We'll see how that goes. Hell, even with my villains shelf, I'm kind of rethinking a few ideas. So I already have 2 figures. I have one more coming in to make one more row. But the final row, I had this idea of, like I said, I really wanted Joker. Give me a sec. What are you guys barking? I don't see nobody. But like I said, I really wanted Joker. There were characters I remember, like the cartoon version of Swamp Thing, Dr. Arcane. There were Toxic Crusaders, the cartoon. Dr. Killamoff, which is a pretty cool name. Defenders of the Earth, Flash Gordon, the Great Ming the Merciless. I sat there trying to contemplate who would be the best to finish that shelf. And I realized something. Being in Hawaii, I had access to certain cartoons, to certain people that most other people that lives in America has never heard of. And then I started thinking, if people made a villain shelf, a lot of the villains would be the same, because that's what we grew up with. However, what if you could make yours a little different? 3, 4 characters that most people have never heard of because they're Japanese. That would be an epic villain. Especially if it's villains that hold a special place in your heart because of the series they were in, or because how insanely vile they were. So I give you an example of a Japanese villain that is actually known in America that is a possibility. The series is called Voltron. In Japan, it's called Go Lion. The American name is Lothar. The son of the king, the prince, yet somebody who would kill his own father for power. I mean, that literally stands out. You have a series called Star Blazers. In Japan, space battleship Yamato. The Japanese or the American king of the bad guys in season 1 was named Deathlock. The literally leader and commander of the Gamelons, who have destroyed literally worlds just for the hell of it. Some they took over, some they destroyed so badly that it wasn't even possible for them to live on. Robotech, Madcross, one of my all-time favorite villains from that series was Chiron. Because while the people of Earth and the Zentradi started trying to live in peace together, Chiron hated everybody. Hated peace. It would be insane to finally have him. Or to have him. One of my favorite all-time villains of all time was a cartoon called Transor Z. Mazinga Z in Japan. The head of the bad guys, the counterpart, literally to the co-creator of the hero, Dr. Hell. I mean, come on. Dragon Ball Z, Mr. Satan. I mean, I would love to. I'm Frieza, Cell, sure, Broly. There are a lot of characters I love. But with a name like Mr. Satan and Dr. Hell, Japan is insane. But now I've gotten to walk down that road and I'm trying to find 3 characters. But they probably won't be here in America, which is a bigger problem. However, like I said, there are things that I forget existed. There are things that I am amazed at finding. And I swear to you, this was just pure damn luck to find. Disney's Once Upon a Time. The evil queen, Regina. So they did make 4 characters. Hook, Robin Hood, Evil Queen, Emma Swan for Series 1. I don't know how far this went. I'm pretty sure they made Charming, Snow, and possibly 2 of the villains. They had to have made Rumple. Possibly Rumple and Belle. But holy... To forget that this exists, to literally find one in the wild. Look at this. Icon Heroes. I don't even know that brand. She is staying in the box. Everything else, Star Wars, is coming out, of course. But it goes to show you, you never know what you find. Well, guys, hope everybody had a great Christmas. Thanks for coming along for the ride for the toy hunt, checking out the reveals. Like I said, it was not really a great toy hunt, but oh my god, what a reveal. We got a ton of stuff coming in. Gotta do a couple more mailboxes. Probably going on another toy hunt. There's things we gotta do to start the New Year's off right. Still need to collect a lot of DVDs. So even as I get closer to finish everything, I'm not even close to finish everything. Hopefully you guys saw something you might have wanted on the toy hunt, possibly in the reviews. Take care of yourselves, be safe, have fun. Aloha.